Alright everybody, first and foremost, thanks for stopping by the channel. I'm on lunch break right now. Thought I'd bring y'all a little bit of content in regards to has-been heroes. Been hearing a lot of people talk about this game. Some people don't like it. Some people have fallen completely in love with it. I enjoy this game pretty thoroughly, and I just wanted to go over some talking points. So, first and foremost, let's talk about what the game is about. Basically, it's a lane kind of wave defense game where you pick these. Well, you kind of start off with three heroes in general, and you got to learn the ways of how they play. But with that being said, there's a total of, I believe, what is this, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36 heroes total that you can have overall. I have only gotten 4 of them unlocked, and I've played 62 games. I've only won 4 of them, hence my 4 heroes. Furthermore, into this page, there's a lot of stats, and I'll kind of go through things piece by piece so you can understand it as we go along. These spells you actually unlock when you complete the game. The amount of monsters you kill generates orbs that you turn into like the gatekeeper after you go through a run. If you die, well, when you die, and you cash them in, and they unlock spells that will be put in the rotation of the item drop via random spell vendors, chests, and stuff like that. Items, same deal. You unlock them, they get put in the rotation. You can also check to see the enemies, statistics with them, how many times they hit, so you can kind of learn what the enemies do if you haven't actually taken the time to study them. And you can further deepen your tactics and strategies when you encounter them. These are just some of the things you can see, like landmarks that you've been to that are a special, they're designated. So you got your normal one, you got an enemy battle encounter, lock chest or unlock chest, 2 unlock chests, lock chest, so on and so forth. It gives you a little indicator. Regions, these are all the regions you've explored. I've done all except for, looks like 2, 3, so that's good. And I've gotten a few endings, so that's pretty nice. Going back, okay, so it's a roguelike RPG, so every time you die, everything starts over. Now let's dig into the mechanics of the games. Excuse me for having a stuffy nose. So we start new. If you start brand new, you only have 2 areas to go until you get to the final boss. But since I've been through a few times, it's gonna be a little bit more hefty. Dialogue is very passable as you skip through it. At the bottom right, you'll see the map. Ideally, what you want to do before you start a run, you want to scan the map to see what's the most efficient way to hit all the areas. And I'd highly recommend engaging every battle, because you'd want that money to go ahead and purchase new skills and new spells. And once if you clear a battle within the time limit, you're actually able to receive bonus gold. So we'll go up top. Probably not the best idea, but you'll see how it plays out in a second. Okay, so we encounter a stamina camp. Probably not going to need that. Stamina restores your stamina, obviously, and stamina is what the enemies, when they hit you, they'll drain 1 stamina per hit, and once they get rid of all your stamina, they'll start taking away from your HP. So as we can see right here, we got a battle up here. We'll go up here and do a little loop down. Alright, so battles. You have spells that have cooldowns. Your attacks have cooldowns too. The little multiplication sign next to your character and the number beside is how many times they hit. So ideally, you'd want to match that up to the amount of stamina that the enemy has, because once you drain all their stamina, you can deduct from their HP. But don't overshoot your hits, i.e., if a monster has 1 stamina, don't attack him twice, because what happens when you drain their stamina and you attack them in the stun status is you remove 1 block of their stamina away from them. Meaning if they had 4 total, you drain the 4, attack him, now he has 3. So you can move in for more quick kills. So let's go ahead and get this started. Little guy with the bomb here, let's get him out of the way, make him freeze his buddy. Alright, so he's frozen. When he's frozen and you attack, it negates the stamina because he has no defenses. After you do an attack, the game goes into this planning phase. This is where you can shift your characters around for the most effective strategies. So I'll take my rogue, attack him for 3, and now he's stunned. Now realize after this attack, -1 max stamina. So now he's able to be hit with my wizard dude, which doesn't do too much damage, and be put directly into stun status. So pay attention. Now you see how I rotated that out. So now we're set up for the next strategy. So attack him, he's stunned. Attack, stun, back him out there. Now we're still set up. We can also do a freeze spell, which when you attack them, they're frozen. So it stops the advancement of them into your lane, which it works out pretty well given the circumstances. The spell that I just used on my rogue, it buffs the next melee attack to do 2 times more hits. You can use that on anybody, but I find it more so effective on the rogue because she has a higher crit rate, and you want to stack crit rate increases with her because she does have the most attacks. The guy with the sword, he's the heavy hitter, and the mage, he obviously hits the least, but he's more proficient. If you look at the things that you can unlock later, well, I'll show you that in a minute. Basically what happens is when you slot spells for further slots, they add buffs to them. So I noticed in particular when IGN reviewed this game, the footage that they showed when they were expressing their frustrations, they weren't playing the game correctly. They weren't matching up attacks to enemy stamina, which resulted in the waves getting thicker and thicker because you're constantly trying to drain the stamina that they're not losing. So the cycle we're doing right here is a bit more effective. We have 15 seconds left in this battle, so if we could wrap it up, that'd be great to get the bonus. Just got it. And you get the 20 bonus gold for completing the battle. So, got some gold. We'll go around, see the item vendor here. And these are really great. The flying skulls. So, it's just like a mobile, it's just like a turret that fires periodically. Got another merchant vendor here. It's a pretty good layout. All maps are generated randomly, keep that in mind. And bam, just like that, we're rolling with 2 skulls, which is fantastic. And you'll see the benefit of these skulls in the next battle. You want to strategically destroy these guys running with the bombs. Their color indicates what element they are. If I do this correctly, he'll freeze everybody around him. Bingo. I didn't plan that one properly. So that worked out very well. Right into another battle. Let's see what we get. More money. That's always a good thing. So right off the cuff, already shooting the enemy. Yeah, this is just a beautiful run. So we have 2 candles. So what I'll do is I'll go to this vendor right here because it can't. When you explore the spot on the map, when you've explored a spot on the map, you can go back to it, but it spins a candle. It's a nice spell to have. Recharges melee attack instantly, and the next melee will also be instant. Let's waste a candle. The altar also requires a candle, and it gives you a random item or a random buff. 40% faster spell recharge, and it took one of my keys. So there's always a bargain, a handoff, if you will. Spell gamblers, I don't mess with them too much because they require a lot of gold. It says 110 gold, and it's completely random. So let's go for the top one. And I lost. But they do add another spell, so you get a 2 out of 3 chance. But by the time you get done going through this a few times, if you haven't even made it through the past map, you won't have enough gold to actually benefit from that. This is one of the bosses you'll encounter. They're all random as well. Alright, so this one right here, you just gotta kind of tough it out. Drain his stamina, burn him. And keep the mobs back at the same time, which can prove to be difficult if you let them pile up. So what we do is, while you burn his stamina, make sure you burn the mobs. He tends to never switch lanes, it seems. So have your lineup to accommodate 2 rotations of attacks to burn them. Or whenever your spells pop the way you need them to, could be a good thing as well. Some heavy damage right here. He's almost down already. So let's see how we can manage this. Since the enemies are closing in a little bit, you can get a little bit careless just to get him up to the front. There we go. Just like that. That's how you handle that boss. And you're done with the first area. And you want to just practice all these techniques and tactics with the spells and the attack patterns to have an effective playthrough. Well, that's all the time I got for this video. If you guys like it, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, start a discussion. If there's any other things about the game that you're not quite clear on, please feel free to elaborate in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to, hash them out with you. Thanks.